Live from 2 News. This is Talkin' Real, powered by Strong Auto Group.
Good evening. Welcome to Talkin' RSL. Brian Dunseth and I are here every Thursday night in Dunny. Have you recovered? It was a big old roller coaster in Orlando. Have you recovered?
No. I think everything's still up in this area. Listen, one of the great things, you and I walked around in the morning as I dropped my paper. Awesome. Yeah. One of the things we talked about was the incredible atmosphere that we saw in Orlando. And you walk around the streets and you see the amount of purple, see what they've done in such a short amount of time. Really fantastic stuff, and tip of the cap to that organization.
Great branding. They took over downtown. There was purple everywhere. We went to breakfast. It was 5 or 6 hours before the game.
A little trash talking.
Purple. No, very little. They were very polite fans, actually.
Yeah, they were, except for the one guy that gave me the finger.
That guy.
Thank you.
I don't think that had to do with the game. All right, let's get to the highlights in Orlando. Hashtag aggressive, hashtag fair. Let's get to the highlights in Orlando. Pick it up in the 7th minute in front of a huge crowd, 60,000 plus. Orlando pressuring, and it looks like they have the game's first goal, but Nick Raimondo gets the call.
Instant replay. It wasn't the assistant referee on the far side, because when the shot's taken, Kyle Laren is in an onside position. The referee overrules the assistant referee on the far side, said Breck Shea got a touch. That's why Laren was offside.
20th minute, DeMar Phillips already has a yellow card. Ball comes out to midfield. Oh, and there it is. Servando Carrasco taken out by DeMar Phillips. Second yellow. That's a red. RSL's a man down.
Yeah, you got to be smarter sitting on that yellow card. Right decision from the referee. Goes to the back pocket. RSL down a man 20 minutes in.
25th minute, playing a man down. Kyle Beckerman gets some time and space and delivers a great ball. Ura taken down inside the 18. And Chris Pencil, the referee, points to the spot.
Well, the speed and athleticism, he gets into the wide spot, into those space, and Seb Hines, horrible decision from the Orlando center back. Good decision from the referee to point to the spot.
Plata. Usually it'd be Javi, but Plata buries the penalty.
Well, Javi misses the PK against Tigres. Now it's Plata's opportunity. Bendit gets a touch. He puts it into the roof of the net.
First half stoppage time. Javier Morales has the ball, delivers the pass, and gets taken out.
Darwin Sarin, the El Salvadoran international, makes no attempt. Watch the way he runs through Morales, doesn't even reach out for the ball. Back pocket, straight away from Chris Penso. The right decision. Doesn't matter what country, doesn't matter what league, that's a red card no matter what.
So it's 10v10 the entire second half. 66th minute. Burrito Martinez splitting a pair of defenders, weaving through traffic. Lays the ball off for Tony Beltran, the cross, and Plata finishes. He's got the brace, 2-0 RSL.
He's just smothering that Burrito game after game. Watch this individual skill, right foot, right foot. Watch the way he slows down, gets two defenders to bite outside the right foot. Tony Beltran perfectly placed, top of the 6, Plata unmarked. Second goal of the match.
RSL still up 2-0 in stoppage time, and then things fall apart. Breck Shea, the service in. Oh, and the Rookie of the Year, he had 17 goals. Kyle Laren buries it for his first of the year.
Yeah, he should have had one in the first half. He definitely gets one in the second half. There were questions if he was in an offside position when the ball was played. He was even with Chris Swingert. Gets on the inside shoulder of Aaron Mond. And what a great touch. Far post side net, nothing the goalkeeper can do about it.
Just 45 seconds later, off the throw-in. Orlando deep in their own end. How about a 60 or 70-yard hopeful ball over the top?
We call it squeaky bum time. The final seconds of a match, and Servando Carrasco hits that ball 60 yards up over the top. No immediate pressure. It's just a Hail Mary. Why not? Up and over. Both center backs get beat by both forwards, and Adrian Winter comes off the bench. The final touch of the match, 95th minute. There were 4 minutes of added extra time indicated by the fourth official. And Orlando City pulls it level 2-2, and it feels like a draw for those fans that remain.
Even though there were some positives to take away from the season opener, and we can get to those, you can't overlook the end of this one. And RSL head coach Jeff Cassar shared his thoughts on the last-minute collapse and what the team needs to improve moving forward.
And lack of focus, not recognizing what they're doing. I mean, for 88 minutes, we dealt with that extremely well. Of course, there's going to be some dangerous times, but then at the end, it takes another level of concentration, another level of recognizing. Maybe it's a choice that happened earlier, higher up the field, and we walk away with the result we wanted. So.
All right, we spoke about the elephant in the room last week, Denny. The inability to sign a center back in the offseason. And for the fan base, the last 2 minutes of the Orlando game, that was like Hitchcock. That was a horror movie. Pick Rear Window, The Birds, I don't know which one. But tension, and then just,
Yeah, and as Craig Weibel told us last night on Frame, one of the most, if not the most open general manager in Major League Soccer, he said currently we're in discussion with 2 center backs. One we've met face-to-face. We've got a laundry list of center backs that we'll go to after these 2 in particular. But the reality is they've had 3 agreements financially with 3 center backs, and all 3 have fallen through for one reason or another, none of which were the fault of Real Salt Lake. The reality stings, hurts. Jeff Cassar is right about everything that he said. Big picture, much rather have this happen now than happen near the end of the season. And probably most importantly, as you step back and we take a big scope and a big look at the way this season started, 36 goals scored in Major League Soccer on Soccer Sunday. 4 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws was the record of the home team. So you have to try to, in the big scheme of things, take a step back from the ledge, take off the Velcro gloves, and recognize that you could, in reality, have a much different view, and it wouldn't sting so bad. 9
of the first 13 on the road. I think for the fans who are looking at a little bigger picture, it's more a question of, hey, can they get to 15 points? Can they get to 17? They don't have to have a great record after these first 13 because they're going to have the schedule's backloaded with home matches.
It is.
But that was the chance to get 3 of those 15 to 17 points.
Listen, inevitably, just like last year, when you drop points, whether it's at home or on the road, you look back at the end of the season, and with 4 or 5 games left in the year, that's when you start saying, man, you remember those final 2 kicks of the game in Orlando? Man, those 2 points would look mighty nice right now. But that is the big problem. So let's take a look at the 2 breakdowns and take a look at the big screen over here. And you see where the starting point is for Kyle Larin. And Kyle Larin right now, in the big picture, you look at the relationship between the 2 center backs. And as Jamison Olave is focusing on Breck Shea, he's hoping that Luke Mulholland gets there in time. And as Haji Berry pushes this ball into Breck Shea, it's an early turn and a fantastic touch from Kyle Larin as he gets on the inside shoulder of the center back. Now, you want to take a look at Chris Winger. And as they both continue to look at the assistant referee, watch the cut of the grass when the ball is playing, and you make the decision. Is he onside? I think he is when the ball's played. I think that's a good goal from Kyle Larin. Now, you go back to the final seconds of this match. As the ball, height, width, and distance was played out and open, Servando Carrasco. What an amazing ball this is, first and foremost. 60 yards up and over the top. The breakdown stings. Ramondo gets caught in between. He's not sure at what point. But again, when this ball is played, you take a look at where the center backs are, and immediately you notice there's some big trouble. In particular, look at the placement as both of the forwards from Orlando looks to push themselves through into dangerous spots. They get on the wrong side of both Jamison Olave and Aaron Mond, and then ultimately you see the come from behind 2-2 draw.
So RSL settles for 1 point on the road in the opener. The back home Saturday. The Seattle Sounders are here with the new 4-3-3 formation. And 2 of the next 3 RSL opponents hooked up in a nationally televised opener Sunday. Sporting KC in front of the traditionally massive crowd at CenturyLink. Sporting KC in town to take on the Sounders. 41st minute. Connor Halsey, great piece of possession. Goes into a sliding challenge. Comes away with the ball. Was taken down. O'Neal Fisher. Referee stops. Fisher gets the red card for the studs up challenge. Seattle down to 10 men.
Well, absolutely the right decision. He comes through the player, both studs showing. Referee goes back pocket. Great opportunity from distance. And Nuno Coelho, the center back of all people. The man advantage on the road, strikes from distance. What a fantastic goal that is from Coelho.
All right, Dunny, why don't you take us over to the big board and show us the expected lineups?
Well, I think there's some question marks coming in particular across the back line with Brad Evans injuring his shoulder. That means Zach Scott's going to get the start. Eric Freeberg, the Swedish international, dealing with concussion syndrome, so we're not sure if he's going to get the start. If he does, it'll be his pairing with Ozzy Alonso. Jordan Morris' responsibility to tuck inside. Clint Dempsey's going to stick inside as well. Even Schitz is going to tuck a little bit higher underneath Nelson Valdez, and that team is going to be incredibly dynamic in the front. For Real Salt Lake, Chris Wingert steps in with DeMar Phillips and the red card. You look for the same four across the back line. Joao Plata's ability to get up and down. Burrito Martinez's connection with Javier Morales. And then obviously, most importantly, up top at the point of the attack, Yura Movsisyan.
All right, remember, for more information leading up to the MLS home opener, check out social media. Dunny's on Twitter and Instagram at Brian Dunseth, and on Facebook at Brian Dunseth1. I'm on Twitter and Facebook at David DJ James. And remember, the MLS home opener, not the traditional night game, Seattle at RSL Saturday afternoon. Pregame starts at 1:30. The game gets underway at 2 o'clock right here on KMYU. All right, Dave Fox has more Talkin' Sports coming up in a minute, including Adam Mikulich in Las Vegas for the Pac-12 and Mountain West Conference basketball tournaments. Stay with us.